no idea. I don't really know that much about their dynamic on or off screen. So
I don't know. I thought it was weird.
But then we are with like Craig and Manny and Paige and Hazel and Marco, and they're like, and Craig's like, we're gonna go like first class. I'm getting a limo for the premiere. It's gonna be great. And
Alex comes up and she breaks my heart. Alex comes up and she's like, oh, cool. Are we getting a limo? Like, dibs on sticking my head out the sunroof. And Paige is like, ooh, here's the thing. I got a +1, but I promised Hazel. And Alex is like, cool, fuck you, bye, and storms off, and I get very upset. And then Hazel,
fucking Hazel,
and then Hazel acts like a real cunt. Hazel's like we were gonna bring her, rah. I'm like, Hazel, get the fuck over yourself.
And I think she calls her like a slut or a skank or something.
She calls her a
word
skank.
And then I just know, and then Paige is like, did you just skankify my friend? And I'm like, at least I'm happy that Paige is at least sticking up for Alex when Hazel's being terrible to her. And we felt so bad for Hazel in the last episode, but now I'm just like, Hazel, fuck you. You're being awful. And I think Hazel gets, sorry, I'm talking over you.
I was just going to say that Hazel knows when her position of Paige's best friend is in jeopardy.
Well, that's the thing. Paige is like, wow, Hazel, could you be more jealous?
Yeah, and also I think in general, when Hazel is threatened, she turns and she just gets really mean as a defense mechanism. Like when she was insecure about her like religion and where she was from, like way back in season 1 or 2, she was awful to that girl because she was trying to take the attention off of her. And now, like, when she's threatened by Alex, she's just, like, mean because she's trying to, like, put the negative connotation onto somebody else, and it ends up, like, blowing up in her face always.
And she did the same thing when she was feeling threatened by Manny because of Paige's friendship with the Mr. O stuff, because she was like, Manny knows about this thing, but I don't. And then she, like, blew up Paige's spot with the Mr. O stuff.
Hazel needs to, like, learn how to deal with her insecurities in, like, a less harmful way.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's, like, 16 or 17.
That's true. But, yeah.
It's not she's like we were great then.
She's a hothead.
That does not change the fact that she must talk about what she is feeling immediately, regardless of where she is or what people are doing, especially Paige.
Yeah, totally. And then Paige, like, chases Alex, and she's like, wait, I mean, Hazel's being a dick, blah, blah, blah. I wanted you to go with me, but, you know, blah, 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 whatever.
And Alex is just like, so I wanted, and Alex is like, you asked me, so you want to go to the premiere? That's an invitation. And Paige was like, well, I mean, I was more asking it like, oh, you want to go to the premiere? And Alex is like, so sue me. I wanted to go to a premiere. I wanted to go to a movie premiere. Like, what's so wrong about that? And it's like, it's so sad because Alex so wanted to go do this fun, cool thing with her friend. It's like something she never would have been able to do before when she was hanging out with like Jay and Amy and stuff.
To be fair, Jay did invite her to the same movie premiere.
That's true, but Jay is toxic, and I think she should have turned down his invitation anyway. And then Paige is just like kind of left feeling really shitty about things because she should be feeling not so great.
Also, so this all happened after the credits, and so it's been a while since I've rewatched Degrassi, and I think the last time I watched it was a different intro. Maybe, I don't know, I saw Spinner, and I was like, be the best!
It's the best thing ever.
It makes us so happy.
But then we are in the library, and Emma and Peter are there, and Peter's like, go meet me by the bookshelf. And they're like clearly like full on sneaking around now. And Peter's like, are you going to the thing tonight? And Emma's like, he's like, please go with me. Like, don't let me down. She's like, how about if I let you down easy? I'm going with my stepdad. I'm going with Snake. And he's like, well, we need to find a way to like see each other at the premiere. Like, la, la, la.
And then he says something along the lines of like, you know, it's fine. I'm just glad to be in the same room as you. And I get that we're supposed to be. Okay, so at the beginning, when Holland and I were drunk and podcasting, and we were like, I kind of like this. See, then it was like ideal Emma Peter time. It was like kind of like forbidden and weird, and now it's like they're trying so hard to make it like Romeo and Juliet,
and I'm
forbidden,
still like meh.
That I'm
like Peter's still terrible.
He's still terrible, and now I'm just bored by this. Like, it's not I feel like it's not written well enough at this point for me to be invested.
He's not layered enough for me to like want to root for him in any way, because now he has done this horrible thing, and he's also just kind of a dork, and I'm like, Emma can do so much better.
Guys, I literally wrote down, with such terribly cheesy lines like Peter has, I feel like he reads YA. He has no friends. He's left alone a lot. I think he just reads really shitty YA and then tries to emulate the cool guy in all of those books.
Oh my
God. This is my headcanon.
I think that tracks.
I mean, headcanon accepted. I'm on board.
But so then the next scene, Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith are like talking to press people again, I guess. And then Paige approaches Kevin Smith.
Wait, I wrote OMGJ. What did he say? Something funny that I missed?
No, he
is
was
it the shirt he was wearing?
No, he was so not subtly checking out Mrs. H.
Oh, right.
Like, literally,
I don't remember.
He was like just staring at her. That's why I wrote that.
I just
Thank
wrote
you.
Wearing a Zoo York Totally Hood tank. And then Paige comes up to Kevin Smith and she's like, "Hey, so nice to see you. Like, could you please get me an extra ticket to this premiere? I promised a friend and I need an extra ticket." And he's like, "Only if you say the word about for me," or something. And she's like, "A boot." And he's like, "All right, great. Like, have a good time." Like, he says something about, like, maybe we won't get you out of the next one or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Excuse me?"
Also, Paige says gams, which weirdly enjoyed. Because they're talking about, he's like, "Oh, you have legs again."
Because she had a broken leg during the movie.
Because he was like, "Paige Michelson," and she's like, "Michael Chuck." He's like, "Sorry, we just called you one leg girl." And I'm like, "Cool." And then she's like, "Nope, got both my gams now." And I was like, "Paige."
Well, he also loved the fact that she said gams. And she's like, "Yep, I'm going to strut on my gams at the premiere." And he's like, "All right, well, maybe you'll make enough of an impression so we won't have to cut you out of the next movie," or like, it's something like that. And she's like, "Wait, the next one? Wait, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, sorry, we had to cut you out of the movie. Don't take it personally." I think he also called her hun.
Yeah. He's like, "It's not about you." He's like, "Sometimes that just happens when we have too much stuff and things get left on the cutting room floor," which, like, she was terrible.
Yeah,
but also terrible. Like, that's valid.
And then he goes on to talk about how he cut Jennifer Lopez out of like most of Jersey Girl, and how he wanted to cut out like Ben Affleck too, but then it would have just been that little kid.
Completely forgetting about Liv Tyler. And she's like, "I didn't see Jersey Girl," and he's like, "Well, then I don't feel so bad."
I put. So earlier when she was like, "Okay, I need an extra ticket," and he was like, "You're working me hard, just like a woman." And I was like, ew, child? This is a child you're speaking to. Okay.
I don't think he meant it that way.
I don't know, man.
It's also just an expression, like, "You're working me over," like you're...
Yes, but I don't know. Maybe it's because it's Kevin Smith. I have to immediately assume that everything he does has like a gross, skeezy sexual undertone.
He's not even the dirty one, though. Like, Jason Mewes, that would track. Like,
True facts.
Like, Kevin Smith is just like weird uncle. Like, he's not really dirty.
I know you guys have very differing. Oh, I guess his comic books are not.
I don't know. I don't read.
Very respectful to women. Is that how it is? I honestly have no idea.
There's like a 45-minute rant that you'd not want to hear.
All right, whatever. We don't have time for that.
Moving on.
So then
we're on the timeline
we're
here.
in media immersion, and Paige is like, "I got an extra ticket, but here, you can just take both of these because I'm not going anymore because I got cut out of the movie." And Alex is like, "Fuck that. We're going to go to the premiere and we're going to look hot. Not just cute, but we're going to look hot. We're like going to get back at them. We're going to like make them wish you were never cut out of the movie."
She's like, "I'm not talking pink prom dress, pearls up to hot. I'm talking hot. And I'm like, "Oh man, you're
and
the
then
best."
when we see what that is, what Alex thinks is like hot is like cowboy boots and a jean skirt.
Oh, Alex.
And like Paige looks almost Puritan.
She looks like the same.
Completely covered up and wearing the dress over jeans to a movie premiere.
Okay, the main difference in Paige's look is, well, her hair actually looks out of control good. Like, it is flowing, it is beautiful. But, like, other than that, like, her only change is she's wearing black.
Yeah.
And she never wears black. End of list.
And so then we're at the movie premiere, and this is where we see, like, everybody is arriving at the movie premiere.
Wait, Allegra, did you want to...
I had a question for the writers in the room.
Okay.
Especially the editors. Paige says, what do you plan on... So Alex is like, what do you plan on doing? And Paige goes, lying in bed? And I'm like, laying in bed?
No, it's lying.
Okay. Because at first she was just like, lying, long pause. So it sounded weird to me.
Lying.
Lying is
my
a state
whereabouts.
of reclining. Laying is like to physically like lay something down.
Gotcha.
Trust me, I'm a copy
I didn't-
editor. I know
I
all the
didn't do
verb
well.
tenses of lay versus lie. Anyway, nobody wants to hear about that. We're at the movie premiere. We've talked about what everybody is
They also
wearing.
all arrive in taxis. For
Yeah,
some
and I'm like,
reason.
I thought we were getting a limo. What's happening? So I'm like, I guess that plan didn't, like, we didn't follow through with that plan. Also, when Paige and Alex are, like, strutting up so they strut up the red carpet, and everyone's like, oh my God. And even Kevin Smith and Jay are like, oh my God, like, and we cut her out of the movie. I'm like, this would never work or make any kind of impression on the people who made this movie. They would not give a shit about this.
No, they would not give a shit about 16-year-old girls dressed like 16-year-old girls.
Well, to be fair, they're probably like they're seniors in high school. But
Okay,
no, but
17.
like obviously no high school girls, they don't care. And it looks like there's like a wind machine on them as they're going up the carpet.
I'm like, what part of this is like so very impressive? I know.
I'm like, they don't even look like they're wearing like they're not even wearing anything that fancy or like high fashion or anything that would like usually like make a buzz on the red carpet.
Yeah,
They
or
just
even
look
like
teenagers.
revealing. There's
Yeah,
nothing revealing.
they're not even that revealing. They look like cute. I mean, I guess they look hot by high school standards, but I'm like,
They
okay.
look confident.
Yeah,
That's maybe the main difference.
that's true.
You guys, all you need is confidence, and then you'll get the attention of other humans.
That's true.
I wrote, Alex, your lesbian is showing a lot throughout these entire episode.
Well, duh. So
The
then,
cowboy boots are her start.
so then we are in the movie theater. This is where we see Liberty just sitting down, real pregnant. And then we see like Manny and Craig sitting together, and they're kind of cute. And they're like, oh, and people are calling like them like Degrassi's like celeb couple now because he did the music for the movie and she was like one of the stars of the movie. And they're like kind of like a high profile Degrassi couple now, which I didn't even really realize.
I didn't know that was the thing.
I didn't know Craig finished a song.
Yeah, also
Right?
that.
But I guess he did. So then like they watch the movie and we see like
I mean,
scenes
he
that
had,
we've already seen from the last time Kevin Smith
Hold
was
on.
here.
I mean, all right. So wait, in regards to the song, I mean, he had time because it's not like he had to finish it by the time they were done filming the movie.
That's true. And it was also like the end credits song, so they didn't even need to cut it into the movie until like the very end.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I just had to jump in there with the logistics of that. Oh, and then also Emma is sitting next to Snake and he's like, "You look beautiful." And she's like, "Thanks, Dad." And then she like makes eyes at Peter, who makes eyes at her, and then like Snake and Ms. H do the same thing, and I'm like, vomit all around.
So then we see like the scenes that we've already seen. And then after the movie lets out, they like are at a party, and then Marco's like, "This is the hottest party ever." And I like wrote down the same thing. I'm like, this is the party that everyone was excited about. But then Hazel's like, no, this is the baby version. Behind those ropes is where like the real party is. This is like the one for us. And
then we see the greatest joke Degrassi has ever made, in which Toby tries to go in and the fucking bouncer literally lifts him up and puts him outside the ropes.
he's like, no, goodbye, potato.
It delights me. And then Liberty's like, "I can move myself, thank you." I'm like, "Yes, please don't
Please
lift
don't pick up a pregnant woman.
the third trimester pregnant girl."
And then there's like a little scene where like Jimmy is super feeling Ellie. I don't really remember what happens, but I just wrote down Jimmy is super feeling Ellie. I think he tells her like thinks she looks great or something. I have no idea. And then
She did great in the movie.
oh right, yeah, and she's like, I had like 5 lines, and like they were like a great 5 lines or something.
Yeah. Also, like, Ellie, let's be real, you carried that movie. You know this.
And then And then Peter